Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Geeking and Drinking. This is episode 73, I believe. I haven't checked it, but I think that's what it is. So let's go. What's going on, guys? And like I said, welcome to episode 73 of Geeking and Drinking. As always, I am Eddie.
And I am Steven.
And yeah, man, it's we're back here in the studio. Real quick, if you guys haven't checked out our last episode, it was an exciting one. We went to Flick's Brew House here in San Antonio, Texas, and we sat down with head brewer Wes Burbank for an awesome, pretty chill interview, man. And got a little insight into his journey in in the beer brewing world, and how he ended up here in San Antonio. So I highly recommend checking that out, and even checking out the theater itself. It is a theater. They brew their own beer, and it's just a really down to earth place. Excellent food. The food is amazing. I had a wonderful time, and you guys, like I said, check it out. It's like I said, it's a pretty chill, laid back episode. Our first interview post COVID. I mean, it's been 2 years after COVID started, and
almost 2 years.
Yeah, so. I mean, like I said,
hopefully we'll be planning to do some more of those, going back and getting some brewery tours again, connecting with some breweries and stuff like that, and just see how it goes, and shoot the shit or whatever,
Yeah. But man, since we last recorded, we've had a lot of things that have come out on TV, things we're watching. And a lot of news that's come out, as far as in Star Wars and in Marvel. So we're gonna dive into all that stuff, man. I mean, we're gonna touch on a few things here and there.
But of course, we gotta do.
Exactly. I was almost jumping into the topic. We gotta get our beer, man.
Yeah, dude. Come on, bro.
I'm just like
running on empty over here, man.
Yeah, I mean, we are geeking and drinking. I was about to jump into the geeking, but let's get drinking.
Yeah.
So
what we got today?
We got like three different beers. So, what you want to get your beer? Do you want to get my beer? Let's start with mine, only because I have only two of them. So we'll start off with these. Sorry for that silence. So yeah, like I said, we have three different beers today that we're gonna be drinking. And the first one we're going to start off with is from Independence Brewing in Austin, Texas. We've had plenty of their beers before. We know their
Texas born.
Their Berle Weissen. What's it called? The cucumber one. And then we had the raspberry, the passion fruit. We've had plenty of their beers, but this is
We've
their...
even had the Austin Lager or Ale.
Oh, yeah, the
Amber Ale.
Amber, yeah. So this is their Hazy IPA called Pure Stroke. I always love their cans. Their cans are pretty badass. This is coming in at 7% alcohol, so I mean it is a hazy IPA. I've had this one already. I'm not sure if you have had it.
Yeah, I've had it a few times before.
We know which.
Chill, Daddy, chill.
So I think the first time I had this, to be honest, I think it was like at a Big Hops. I don't know, for some reason when I first had it, I'm like, I didn't really dig it. So I always saw it, but I never picked it up at the store or anything. But recently, a friend of mine had it, and he offered me one. I'm like, so I could drink out of the can or whatever. It was actually really good. So I'm like, what the hell? It's the same one I had. But yeah, I mean, I
So I want to point something out real quick before we do a quick cheers. I want to raise your glass up real quick, dude. I want to show the two different pours that we did here. So it looks like you did what is called a soft pour, and I did the hard pour. So, do
you watch that video from the bar rescue guy?
No, actually, this was I've seen that video too, but then I've a lot of other breweries.
Did Uncle show it to you? Uncle show it to you?
But also other breweries were posting about it too, and they were doing the whole napkin thing and everything like that. So supposedly doing a hard pour is a lot better than doing a slow pour.
Slow pour kind of like traps in the gases or something.
Right there.
I don't know. I've had shit in here. I don't know.
I don't think that's from the beer. I think that's just a dirty glass.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
And a chip glass too.
Yeah, it's the chip one. Yeah, it's Matthew's glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've honestly seen that before. That when you do the hard pour with the big head.
Oh yeah, big head.
Yeah, it like. I guess I don't know. Like from what I understood about it, I could be wrong, but from what I understood about it, is that like when you pour beer like I did, where the head's a little smaller and it kind of in a sense traps in the gases. So when you drink it, you feel more full,
more bloated,
and everything, as opposed to what Steven did. And I don't know the logistics or the
it's
behind
supposed
it.
To have released the gases and all that carbonation and everything like that. And you don't feel as bloated and whatnot, but that's what this. A lot of head.
Yeah. So, I mean, to each their own. I don't know. I'm impatient when I pour my beer. I hate to wait for the damn head to fizzle out. So that's why I do the hard one. But you know what? Like I
do the soft one. I did the hard one.
Yeah. So like
it's just like having whipped cream on top.
Yeah, no, what the fuck is in my glass, dude? What the hell? I'm gonna have to use this other glass that I brought out. But yeah, I mean, Cheers.
Dang, that's pretty dark for a hazy.
Woo! Yeah, pretty good. What the fuck is in this glass? Ugh. So, anyway, yeah. So, we can jump into a lot of different things, but first and foremost, what I wanted to just touch on really fast is we went to a concert about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
3 weeks ago.
At the end of August, we went to a concert, which was me, you, and the homies, Josh, Slim Zink, and Alex. Y'all know Alex. He's been on our wrestling shows. But yeah, man, we the four of us, we went to go see Prada, the Devil Wears Prada, Straight from the Path, and
TDWP,
and Dying Wish. Honestly, dude, probably not that I wasn't expecting it to be badass, but I mean, I haven't seen Prada. Like honestly, I don't think I've ever seen them live. And then the other two bands I wasn't really familiar with. Right off the bat, man, I know you were a little late, but Dying Wish, like, they opened up hard. They were a hardcore band or a metalcore band from Portland, Oregon, and dude, they fucking ripped. And now, to be honest, ever since then, I've been listening to them nonstop. They're really fucking good. But Straight from the Path, I like them. I wasn't like too hyped about them, but they put on a pretty good show. They're from New York. And then, of course, Devil Wears Prada playing their zombie EPs from the back, Zombie and Zombie 2 or Z2. And then they play a lot of the new stuff. And, of course, they close with a lot of their old stuff. So it was a pretty fucking fun concert. I had a blast.
This was actually one of the first shows that I've been to in a long time where everyone was into every fucking band, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no one just standing there and just like waiting for the band. Like when we went to go see Drugs, I know like what was it, Dead American?
Oh yeah, Dead Americans.
Like there was really no one like getting off to them and like that and stuff like that, and it kind of sucked. I mean, the crowd wasn't even that big. People were still coming in.
I forgot they were there.
And and they're a pretty good band. They're pretty good.
That's this old singer from Saleston, no?
Yeah, I believe that's what it is. But anyways, I mean, so going to this show, like you said, I got there a little late. Dying Wish was the first band to perform, and like as soon as I got there, dude, I thought like, did I miss the opening bands? Because like everybody was just like rocking out, dude. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. And
I mean, there was even like a few people crowd surfing in there too and stuff like that. I'm not sure what the lead singer's name is, but dude, she was fucking badass.
Oh, her name is like Emma or something.
And like interacting with the crowd and stuff like that. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, she fucking ripped. She's awesome. And I also just listened to a podcast recently that featured Dying Wish, the entire band. The podcast is called the Garza Podcast, and it's the guitarist from Suicide Silence. He interviews bands, and it was a pretty cool, pretty laid back interview. I mean, I kind of like, man, I was like, damn, like I wish we could like interview a band like that. That'd be pretty fun. But I mean, of course, they talked about like a lot of, like music stuff because they're all musicians and everything, which was pretty cool. But I mean, the podcast was good. I'm not gonna lie, podcast was good. Yeah. I'm not shaming the podcast at all. But the whole time he was talking, like, damn, like I feel like I felt not that we would have a more fun interview, but I was like, man, I feel like we'd be able to have fun with that. But anyway, the reason I bring up that concert is because they were actually, of course, like I said, the Devil Wears Prada played a lot of their EPs, the zombie EPs. That's what they were mainly there to play. But they played their new stuff, and they actually just came out with an album this past Friday at the time of this recording. which is Color Decay, and I'm not sure what studio album this is, but it's probably one. They've had plenty of them. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the album, but I listened to it from front to back at least twice while at work. It's a pretty solid album, man. Pretty solid. I will say that the second half of the album, like towards maybe the last six songs or 7 songs or so, like they go hard. I mean the whole album is good, but like once the song called Trapped comes on, after that every song after that was fucking awesome. Some tracks that stand out to me is Trapped, Time, 25, Hallucinate, and Cancer. Those are probably my favorite songs off to that album. But then again, like the whole album is pretty solid. It's really good. And if you're into that type of music, I mean, I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's heavy. It's not all of it's heavy. Plenty of singing in it. It's a really fucking good album.
Yeah, I know you and Alex were mentioning like, oh, Trapped is a badass song. It was a good song. I liked it. I digged it. The whole album fucking, kills it. But for me, the 2 songs that really stood out for me that I really, really love was Watchtower and Noise. Those 2 songs I just thought were fucking hard, dude. They were just fucking badass.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, if you're into heavy music, you're into that type of music, I highly recommend checking it out.
I mean, from the first, this is their 8th studio album.
Okay, there you go.
So from their first album all the way up to even this one, and even their last Zombie EP compared to their first Zombie EP, I mean, they've kind of their sound has kind of changed a little bit. I mean, well, I would say a lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot.
I mean, they're still just as hard and stuff like that, but like when you first listened to them, it was just like listening to the first album of Slipknot, dude. They were just like fucking didn't give a shit, dude. They're just going all out. So, going into this one, I liked it. I mean, I still liked it. It was pretty cool. Had you told me this was Devil Wears Prada, I would have been like, what?
Yeah.
Like if you would have just shown it to me, I would have been like, what?
Yeah. I need to exit out of this fantasy thing. It's pissing me off. We're in a fantasy league, and you know how that goes. If you play fantasy football out there, you know how that goes. And I'm looking at my lineup. I apologize, but I mean, fucking Pollard, man. Cowboys. I had him in last week. He didn't do nothing. And in first quarter of this game, he scores a damn touchdown. And I sat him this week. Anyway, I saw that you beat the champ. You last week you beat Anthony, so you're on to you think you're facing Jeffrey. You got a pretty good line. You got a pretty good matchup going on.
Yeah.
What, you got a lot of players playing tonight and tomorrow, or what?
I got 2 playing tonight or right now, and then I got 4 on for tomorrow. Yeah, 4 on for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, if you play fantasy, you know how it goes. Sometimes you make good decisions, sometimes you make constantly bad decisions, which sucks, man. Because last year I was like undefeated for like first 4 or 5 games. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling too hot about it this year. Excuse me. Woo. Anyway, let's move past all this.
Yeah,
I'm over it. Not really. If you see me looking down, I'm probably checking my score again. So there has been plenty of TV that's been coming out. I know our last episode when we were here in the studio, I mean, you were like, She-Hulk. So, I mean, okay, so I think now we're 5 episodes into She-Hulk on Disney+. What are you thinking about it so far? I mean... Well, and by the way, before we get into this is going to be spoilers. We're going to be spoiling stuff. I mean, I don't really think there's like not much to spoil, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, there's stuff that kind of gets reviewed or whatever, but like it's nothing like too crazy. But just a heads up that we're going to be just talking like everything about this show. So if you have not seen it, you want to like tune out or whatever. Or if you don't care about spoilers, fine, whatever. It's all good. But yeah, just a heads up that we are going to be talking spoilers for She-Hulk on Disney+. But yeah, like I said, I mean, how are you feeling about it so far? I mean, you were pretty hyped about it. 5 episodes in, what are you feeling?
I mean, dude, I'm digging it. It's entertaining. Nothing like that's really, really stands out. Like, oh my god, other than this last episode. But, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's definitely not like the way some of the other Marvel shows on Disney Plus are. This is definitely really lighthearted. straight to the point, kind of thing. Not, nothing really being around the bush. There's really not a straightforward nemesis in this one. We thought it was going to be Blotsky, aka the Abomination, but that seemed to kind of come and go, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Though. A little cameo here and there.
For now.
What was more curious about where Bruce Banner was going.
Yeah. I mean, we got to know.
That's going to be a whole other thing, I guess.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I mean, I'm enjoying the show. Like, it is a fun show. It's funny. And I truly, as opposed to like Moon Knight, I felt like Moon Knight didn't know what the hell it wanted to be, and Miss Marvel knew exactly what it wanted to be, and it was that, and it was a good show. I liked it. This one, I think, falls in that category that it knows what it is and what it wants to be. It is a kind of sitcom-y show, like little, like, nothing like crazy goes on that, like, that like really affects the greater MCU, whatever. Yeah. I just think it's just like a fun show, like, has, like, just for like funny,
tons of cameos,
funny jokes,
tons of Easter eggs for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of the comedy reminds me of something like a Big Bang Theory type of comedy, like that, network TV comedy, which again, it's not necessarily saying a bad thing, but that's what it reminds me of. And the thing is, what kind of is annoying me, and I'm probably gonna be referencing this a lot, is obviously I listen to a lot of like reviews and stuff in that, like, on podcast form while I'm at work, because it helps me pass the time. But these fucking people, dude, like, they're like, oh, like, this show, like, I mean, it's just starting to get a little too silly for me, blah blah blah. Like, I'm just like, calm down, like, calm the fuck down. Like, it's a fun show, like, and
I think that's the point. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't think they were trying to make this one as serious as some of the other ones. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really follow like a lot of the other MCUs where there was like a point to it. I think this is just, you're throwing in a new character. She's going to fit into the MCU somehow. It's a fun character. Like I said, the one thing that this show has that I really love, allows a lot of cameos and a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, you had Bruce Banner, you had the Abomination, you had Wong. You've had Asgardian elves.
Yeah, we're gonna get Daredevil. I mean, I think that's already out there that we're gonna get Daredevil. And if you've seen this last episode, I mean, we didn't get him, but we definitely got some of him. So
again, some kind of cameo or Easter egg of him.
Yeah,
and I mean, even in the credits themselves, there are Easter eggs of stuff like. I was just watching one where. Because, like, in the end, when they're doing all the credits for the show, it's like drawings, kind of like illustrations, like how they do for, like, the courts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on one of them, one of the attorneys that works with She-Hulk and her assistant, they show he's like a sneakerhead.
Yeah. And
so a lot of the Easter eggs in this one was that he had sneakers, because he collects sneakers, but of all, like, superheroes. So apparently in this world, you have... sneakers of based on superheroes, and some of the ones that they were showing was like the Thing from Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider sneaker, Nova sneaker, and a Deadpool sneaker.
Yeah, and
I think there was also Cyclops sneaker. So I was like, oh shit, like, are those kind of hinting towards things?
And then even also too, like, I think it was in the first second episode, like real quick, there was like a newspaper article, and inside that article, like, it referenced the whole, like, what the events of the Eternals with the Celestial.
Why is there a
giant
head and hand
statue like in the middle of Earth? And then on the bottom of that, there's like another little like headline article. It says like, man with claws, gets into bar fight or something. It's like they're clearly referencing Wolverine, So like. They're playing these little things, which are pretty fun, like, and people catch them after the fact, and it gets posted all over social media. It's fun, and I think that's what the show is. The show is just fun. The CGI for me is
it's a little rough,
at times.
Yeah, at times it's a little rough, but I it's a TV show.
Yeah, and it doesn't take me out of it.
Look at the stuff that we used to get before when we were kids. Look at how bad those have aged.
The Rock and the Mummy. Come on.
Well, I'm talking like Power Rangers. Okay, come on, dudes. Like we know it was like a Godzilla set. They were just fake sets, fake buildings. And then like it wasn't even like the way they shot the Power Rangers themselves, like the when they're not suited up. And then, like, the other stuff was all the Asian or the... Because it came from another country, right? Yeah. So, like, I mean, come on. I mean, the regular Hulk with Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come on. I mean, did y'all see the Hulk versus Thor in that series? I mean, it was so bad.
But like I said, I mean, so far I like the show. It is fun and the short episodes, so it's like just a fun little watch every week. I'm not like I'm not saying that I'm not doubt into it, but I'm not like, oh, what's gonna happen. I'm watching, I'm enjoying it, I'm laughing. It's pretty funny. Like like I said, it just reminds me of like a funny sitcom. So. For that, if I like it.
I'm definitely into it. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. It's quirky. It's funny, entertaining. I love it.
I don't believe for a second that Tatiana.
I think it's just such a good show.
I don't believe for a second that Jennifer Walters, played by Tatiana Maslany, cannot get a date. I mean, come on, she's a smoke show. What are we doing? But yeah, that was pretty funny though. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean,
I don't know. I like the Hulk form too. the Avengers,
the Avengers, the IN. That was pretty funny. I like that. That was pretty hilarious. So I don't know if we'll change course a little bit. Unless you want to stay with MCU, we could get some announcements out of the way, or just kind of.
Yeah, we can stick with MCU still because
last weekend, at least again at the time of this recording, we had D23. If you guys who don't know, D23 is basically like it's basically
Disney's Comic-Con.
Yeah, Disney's Comic-Con in a sense, and like just like how Star Wars has Star Wars Celebration for a while. I mean, at that too, like this was just like a little event, but like DC had Fandom, but that was just like an online type of event.
They still have it. I mean, right now it's still online as well.
Yeah, so it's basically just like a little kind of mini Comic-Con, but for just straight Disney. And not that stuff was like announced. I mean, they just kind of touched on stuff that we already kind of knew what was coming. Maybe gave a little more insight about it.
Well, since we're kind of on the topic of it right now, obviously you've seen the latest episode, She-Hulk. We got a taste of what the next episode may be containing or showing, which is Daredevil. Gonna make his appearance, his official appearance. Not Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock made his official appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now we're actually gonna get the character, his alter ego, Daredevil, officially revealed in She-Hulk. And that seems that's where the next episode is gonna go.
Hopefully, because I honestly thought this episode this guy was like gonna introduce him, but like all we got was just like his helmet. I'm like, okay.
So with that, he is gonna be getting another. He is gonna be getting his own show on Disney Plus.
18 episode.
18 episodes.
Yeah, 18 episode series titled Daredevil Born Again, which it has been confirmed that this is gonna be like like its own thing. It's not gonna go off of the Netflix. This is not a season 4. Daredevil. This is starting from the beginning. This is gonna tell its own thing. Which I mean, I'm totally down for. I'm just my only curiosity is just like, I mean, obviously we get Charlie Cox coming back to play Daredevil. We get Vincent D'Onofrio coming back to play Kingpin, which he already did in Hawkeye. So like, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I get the whole Star Wars thing, but like, are we gonna get Rosario Dawson coming back to play Claire? Are we gonna get the Foggy Nelson? Karen, is she gonna come back? Again, like all this stuff, like it hasn't been, hasn't really touched on. I'm just curious as to how they're gonna tackle it and where they're gonna go, and how they're gonna, if they are gonna handle the characters that we already had in the previous, Netflix series. obviously in the Netflix series, him and Kingpin have encountered more than once. There is that great scene in season 3 where he's like, "I beat you," and all this stuff.
And like you say, opposed to Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio being confirmed that they're going to be in this new series of Daredevil. Are we gonna get Deborah Ann Wool back? Are we gonna get Eldon Henson back? Like you said, Rosario Dawson. The one I was also curious is from the last season of Daredevil, the guy that played Bullseye. Like, he still lived.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get that guy to reprise that character again? In a different way. I mean, there's just so much, and so that's what I was kind of curious about, because I thought at first Disney said, yes, this is going to continue off from the Netflix series, but then now they're like, no, this is going to be its own thing. So, I mean, I still have some hope that they may run some things out from the Netflix series. Kind of how like what they did with Spider-Man, they didn't retell the whole story of him losing his uncle and all that stuff. It was just kind of already thrown out there and known.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's what they're going to do with Daredevil again, so we don't get that whole story again. Yeah. And just straight to the action and stuff like that. I mean, I think they can still use some stuff from the first 3 Netflix seasons. And they don't have to fully throw everything into it.
What I hope that they continue doing. How each season of Daredevil had like the one episode they had the one shot fight scene, or whatever. I hope they continue doing that, because each season just keeps getting better and better.
I mean, they kind of did that in Hawkeye.
With
the car scene,
car chase. Yeah,
and then they kind of did that in. I thought they did it in something else too.
They might have. I'm not too sure though.
So, but yeah. But I'm really stoked. I'm really happy that Charlie Cox is gonna be coming back as Daredevil, and I mean, dude, I just don't know though. I'm just like excited but nervous at the same time about this one. Yeah. Just because we've already gone the character before.
Yeah, and in the end, I mean, those Netflix seasons are really good, but they're like dour, they're really like, dark and, kind of brooding or whatever. Like, so it'll be interesting and kind of cool to see like how DC can, handle that. From what I hear, that like from people that have, I think like, because I actually think they showed at D23 to the audience there, they showed like the scene where Charlie Cox Daredevil comes out in She-Hulk, and they said like yeah, it's Charlie Cox, but like he doesn't seem as like dark, not like in a bad way, but like it doesn't seem like it's the same Daredevil we got from Netflix. So I'm eager just to see that, but hopefully we get that next week. Aside from the Daredevil, we got some more news about the Thunderbolts, right? Thunderbolts, yes. Which might be a little not, I wouldn't say controversial, but people definitely have some issues with it. I'm not too sure about the original like lineup as far as the Thunderbolts in the comics. I know for sure they were led by Thunderbolt Ross, which is General Elliot Ross, who came out in Hulk. He also came out in Civil War and some of the Iron Man movie, or maybe one of the Iron Man movies. Played by what's his name? God damn it, what's his name? He passed away recently too.
Yeah, I got you right here.
Damn it, I'm trying to think of his name. It's pissing me off. I want to know his name. Yeah. So he Thunderbolt. God damn it, he's making me mad. Damn it. I'm trying to think. He just passed away. William Hurt. That's his name. Really? You looked at Lost in Space?
Yeah. He was the dad in Lost in Space. That's how I already recognize him from. Because I know he was the main character in that one, so if I were to go pick up like a Marvel one, he probably would have been like all the way down somewhere.
Honestly, looked up Hulk. He would have been like one of the top ones. Anyway, yeah, so William Hurt played Thunderbolt Ross, or, and unfortunately, he passed away, I think maybe last year or the year before. So obviously he didn't come back. I think also too in the original kind of Zemo is one of like the members of the Thunderbolts. So, and obviously we get Baron Zemo in Falcon and Winter Soldier. series, and we know he's still alive. We know that he got captured by the Dora Milaje. He's been sent back to Wakanda. So we're interested to see if he's going to make an appearance. But we did get the lineup for the Thunderbolts in the MCU, and I think they consist of
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Julie Dreyfus, or what's her name? Julie Marie Dreyfus. What's her name? Elaine from Seinfeld.
Julia Dreyfus.
Yeah, Julia Dreyfus. The Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Red Guardian from Black Widow. Elena Belova from, who I guess you can call the new Black Widow, played by Florence Pugh. She came out in Hawkeye. Winter Soldier. American Agent or U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent played by Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell. What's his name?
Yeah, Russell.
Yeah, Wyatt Russell.
Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah. And Taskmaster. Sorry, I don't know. I can't talk today. What's going on? Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I know people were just like, what? Like, this is like a weird kind of lineup. And also, too, it's the same.
It's a little random. I'll admit. It really is a little random.
And, like, we're basically getting, like, three kind of people with the same abilities as far as, like, Bucky, U.S. Agent, and Red Guardian. I mean, they're kind of the same. I mean,
if you kind of think about it, all of them kind of have the same abilities except for Ghost. I mean, Red Guardian, Bucky, U.S. Agent, Taskmaster, and Florence Pugh's Black Widow.
Yeah, well, one thing different from Florence Pugh is that she doesn't have the serum, Like the other ones have the serum. I don't know about Taskmaster if he has a serum or she has a serum or not. But I mean, I'm interested. I mean, I like these characters. I mean, Ghost and Taskmaster, I'm like, they're the two oddballs in it. So I'm just kind of like eager to see how that's gonna go. But I'm definitely excited to see like the chemistry or like how it's gonna be between like Winter Soldier, U.S. Agent, Red Guardian, and Elena. Like they're all kind of like gonna be butting heads. I can just imagine. So it'd be pretty interesting to see how that's gonna go. What do you think about that lineup? Are you pretty satisfied? Are you kind of upset that we're not getting Zemo? And also too, just about talk that real quick. That just because he wasn't announced in the lineup doesn't mean he's not going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility.
Yeah, I'm just not 100% on board with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna watch it for sure, but I'm just not fully on board with it. Like, I guess Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie may have had some falling out or something, which is why he's not going to be in. And I don't know if he is or is not going to be in the new Captain America movie, because he did kind of make some kind of comment that he's free.
I think also too that's probably just them. They've had that they've had that like back and forth, whatever. But also too, I think they play it up for like the characters, because the characters themselves are not like they don't. Not that they don't get along, but like they, always kind of been at each other's throats.
I mean, it'll be fun to see some of the other characters come back. Obviously like was it Red Guardian, David Harbour's character?
Yeah, for sure.
David Harbour, who played the sheriff in Stranger Things. If you're not familiar,
he has to play Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy as well. So I don't know, dude. This one is just I don't know. I really don't know.
You're just like, meh, it's fine. I mean, honestly, too, I'm just like, why do we need it? I just feel like they're, I don't know.
I think at this point they're just throwing out too much with the MCU.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely on board with them doing more shows as opposed to movies. I'd rather have more shows than movies. Yeah. I always say, I know Spider-Man is a big character in the MCU, and he's definitely a box office hit, for the theaters. But I've always said that it would be badass to see a live action Spider-Man show. And because there's just so much you could do with that character as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I know
the controversy with all that other bullshit.
No, I'm saying like that won't happen because of Sony.
That's what I'm saying, because that controversy. Bullshit controversy. So yeah, I Don't know.
So aside from other things that we got, because I don't want to spend too much time on all this, we got plenty of stuff that I want to cover. And again, too, I mean, also I didn't mention at the top of the show either that I do have a little drinking game that we're gonna do at the end of the show.
You did mention that.
But again, I don't want to spend too much time on all this stuff because we have a lot of stuff to cover. But the last thing I think I want to touch on is we did get a trailer for it is a show, Secret Invasion.
That one I'm a little bit excited for.
That
one I'm a little bit more excited for. I'm a little curious. We're gonna get the Skrulls back. We got Nick Fury coming back.
Yes,
Maria Hill played by
dude, we got a lot of people in that show. Like
Kobe Smothers coming back.
Yeah, we got Maria Hill, Kobe Smothers. We got Sam Jackson's Nick Fury. We got Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel. You know, he's one of the Skrulls. We got
what's his name? The Hobbit.
Elliot Ross, which is played by Martin Strong. No, not Mark Strong. Yeah, but he came out. He came out in Black Panther. Where is he?
Ooh, Emilia Clarke's gonna.
Yeah, Emilia. Yeah, she's in the trailer too.
I didn't see her.
Smoke show. Martin Freeman.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle. Yeah, man. I mean, it gives me kind of Winter Soldier vibes in a way. I like that kind of like
Winter Soldier. The first two, or at least Captain America, Winter Soldier. I guess is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
vibes. You know. Yeah,
it gives me those kind of like like not so much spy, but kind of like in that realm or whatever. Like it a little more serious than what we're getting right now with She-Hulk for sure.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Trailer looked pretty cool. I don't really know exactly like who Emilia Clarke is playing, if she's playing a Skrull or not. But I'm eager to see her, you know, in
she's gonna play the Skrull grown up version of Ben Mendelsohn's daughter.
And then Olivia Colman too. I mean, I heard she's an actress.
Olivia Colman. What was she in?
The Favorite. Yeah, I mean, I heard the name before. I'm not necessarily familiar with, you know,
her work.
Yeah, her work, but I know she's a good actress from what I hear. I hear she's in the pictures. She's in the pictures, and she does pretty good in the pictures.
She's in the pictures.
So yeah, I mean, other than like all that stuff, I mean, that's kind of the gist of what we got. I mean, a lot of people were speculating that we're gonna the hype going into the week before D23. People were like, oh, you know, they're gonna announce a Fantastic Four. One of the big like rumors, and which I thought was kind of ridiculous, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna announce this. And like, no way was that we're gonna get an announcement that okay, there's three of them. That Henry Cavill was going to be announced to play somebody in MCU. We were also getting rumors that Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad and from Mandalorian, that he was going to get announced to play somebody, as also that Denzel Washington was going to play somebody. And like the only reason why I'm like okay, first of all, like what the come on, like what are we doing? But
way too far-fetched.
But what kind of got me excited was like people were like, you know, well, like they're again speculation. We're like, oh, you know, like they're gonna be like, what if they're announced as like Professor X and Magneto, like Professor X would be Giancarlo Esposito, because you know he's always cast to play the bad guy, so like he'll be Professor X, and like Denzel Washington be like Magneto, and like, again, far-fetched, like completely far-fetched. Like, what are we doing? Get your head out of your ass. But at the same time, like, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I would love to see that. Fucking Denzel Washington playing Magneto. I mean, what are we doing? That'd be cool. But of course, none of that.
That would be way too far-fetched. I cannot see Denzel
and the MCU movie. I could see him in an MCU movie. I mean, I could have definitely seen him as a Nick Fury, maybe. But like, a Magneto? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just like, no.
I mean,
there's no way he's gonna sign on for a multi-picture.
He's such a good actor, and he's like, I mean, come on.
He's not gonna be tied down by that. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, you want to see me do a trick? You want to see this electricity?
My man. But of course, none of that was announced, and people, and at that too. Like, none of this stuff was even like announced by Disney. It was all like
fans.
No, it was actually like Variety and Hollywood Reporter, you know, talking about that their sources told them this. So like
I think Disney is doing such a good job right now as far as keeping people in hiding of what their plans are and making them think something else, so that way when something does pop up, they don't really spoil it too much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then you got fans like, well, I thought they were gonna do Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
like, dude, no.
And then from what I hear too, I mean, like that they're casting it, and like I think they've already like cast Mr. Fantastic and even Mrs. Fantastic, but again too, like they're not gonna just like announce a couple of castings and not the whole thing. They're gonna announce any casting. It's gonna be all together. So
yeah, once they have the whole team together and who is going to be the villain and whatnot.
Yeah. So it's time for another beer. I'll let you go ahead and introduce this one since this is the one you brought to the show today. I'm going to change glasses because I don't know what's in that cup. And I just feel really weird now.
All right. So I got this one from Texas Ale Project. It's the Blood Orange IPA, bright and juicy. This one also comes out at 6.5 alcohol volume. Citrus Bang Bang IPA.
Bang Bang.
That's what it says. Bang Bang. Bang. Bang.
You're dead. You're dead.
So this one comes from Dallas, Texas. So I was a little interested because you said you had a hazy, so I was like, and I was gonna get something else, like it was gonna be completely different from an IPA. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll go for it. I like Blood Orange.
I was gonna tell you too. I mean, we're in the middle of September. Fall's coming around, and so
this is that hard pour right
I think this is gonna be one of our last episodes. We're gonna have IPAs. Usually around this time we get into Oktoberfest, which we are gonna have some Oktoberfest.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think at this point, like we've had majority of the ones that are available to us here in Texas. Of course, we're gonna get some. If breweries have,
we did have Oktoberfest during the Flix Brewhouse.
Episode. Yeah, it's really good. So we're gonna have some Oktoberfest, but I also think too that we're gonna dive into some unfamiliar territory and start doing some pumpkin ales, some pumpkin beers. So like I said, I think this will probably be the last episode for now that we're gonna be drinking some IPAs because we've been featuring plenty of IPAs on the show and
too many.
And I'm not gonna lie, your boy's getting kind of burnt out on them. So I think it's time to change it up.
I got burnt out the second time we featured an IPA.
So just gonna go out with a bang, but it smells like blood orange. It smells like blood. No.
Oh yeah, even the.
Woo, citrusy. It's like biting on an orange peel.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
You got a little.
Oh, huh?
You got it. All right. So, what do you want to touch on next? I'll let you lead the way. What are we doing?
Well, let's stick with Disney. I mean, obviously, a lot of stuff came out, and something that came out that is like I'm super excited for is the Bad Batch season 2.
Oh shit! I was like, wait, what?
Yes, we are getting Bad Batch season 2. I actually thought it was going to be coming out this year.
It was. It was supposed to come out kind of like.
I thought it was supposed to come out in August last month.
I don't know.
Or maybe November.
Well, it was November because it was supposed to be. It was gonna overlap Andor, and like I remember thinking like that doesn't sound smart. Mm-hmm. So they ended up pushing it to January. I think.
Yeah. So which I'm a little bummed out because I was super excited. Like, all right, we're gonna get She-Hulk, and then we're gonna get Bad Batch season 2, which I had to start watching over again, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna come January 2023. Mm-hmm. All right, I guess. Cool, whatevs. So that one looks pretty cool. We got a little trailer for that one too. I love that. So super excited for that one. What else do we get? Star Wars.
We got a trailer for Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi.
Which
that's another thing we didn't talk about. We also got that from Marvel. That scary one.
Oh,
the werewolf.
Werewolf by night.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night.
That one seems interesting. I think what it's being promoted as it's like a Halloween special. It's like a special. I don't think it's gonna connect to the greater MCU. I think it's just it's gonna be just like this
its own thing,
which
is cool. I'm fine with that. That's
which
totally
it
fine.
looks very much like old school kind of grindhouse type of like.
Yeah, which I was really surprised. It kind of reminded me like how something that either Rob Zombie or like Quentin Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez would like film.
Actually, it's gonna be directed by Michael Giacchino, which is the composer to most of the music in the MCU. He did the Spider-Man. Yeah, he's a composer to like a lot of movies. He's a really good composer. I think he even did the score to
Batman.
Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. The Batman. That's cool.
Yeah.
That one actually looks pretty interesting. You know, a little sidebar there. You know, Werewolf by Night's gonna be coming out this year in October. So
yeah, definitely interesting. Really gonna check it out. Yeah,
it's almost like a Clue kind of thing, but with horror.
And I think there was a rumor too. Again, I listen to podcasts. I'm tuned into all these rumors. So take it with a grain of salt, but like that.
I'm just gonna come up with a segment called the Rumor Mill featuring Eddie.
That Blade was gonna make an appearance in it because obviously Werewolf's Blade, but I guess because they when I understood that because it's not gonna completely tie into the MCU, they're like no, we're not gonna use Blade in that.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that.
Would have been cool, but yeah, no. So I mean, it looks interesting for sure, but yeah. Tales of the Jedi. It's another animated kind of short series. I think it's like a 6 or episode series, and I think they're gonna be pretty short too. And it's gonna tackle a few things. No, that's Skeleton Crew, not that one.
I know, but I was just bringing this one up because this is another one that they announced.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this one looks pretty cool. I mean, it's gonna kind of go back in the backstory of like Ahsoka when she was a kid and how. When she was training with Anakin, it's going to go back to a young Count Dooku when he was a master to a young Qui-Gon Jinn. So it's going to be interesting, how they're going to like just kind of tackle these different stories. So, I mean, I'm always down to learn more about characters that I love. And then we're getting Yaddle. Yaddle's going to be in some action. It was funny because people were like, "Oh yeah, they show Yoda and he had hair." I'm like, and someone's like, "That was Yaddle." Like, what are you talking about? So it definitely looks interesting. But in another show that was announced at Star Wars Celebration.
I think they only got images of it.
Yeah, now we only have images, which is going to star Jude Law, and it's going to be I think showrun, or it's going to be kind of some episodes going to be directed by the guy who did Spider-Man, Homecoming, all those movies.
John
Watts. It's going to be Skeleton Crew. So I think it's just going to pretty much like what people have been explaining. And I kind of hate when people do this, but I mean, this is the only way I could explain it. It's like Stranger Things, but like for Star Wars. Like it's gonna follow a group of kids, and they're gonna be led by Jude Law's character. We don't know who he's playing, what his character's name is, but it's basically he's gonna be.
I'm sure he's gonna be like a captain of like a ship or something. Because how they're gonna get around the universe, kind of thing. Not to say that the kids can't figure it out themselves.
Yeah, kids can't drive. What are you doing?
But
it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we haven't got much of that. Just an image of Jude Law, and I mean, Jude Law's cool. Dumbledore, But the thing I'm most excited about right now, and we're actually getting this week on Wednesday, the day before your birthday. Happy birthday, Steven. You're getting 3 episodes of Andor for your birthday. Which I do hear they are 30 minutes long. They're not long episodes, but again, all these podcasts listen to, these motherfuckers get early access to these episodes. And from what I hear, it's really good.
It's really good. So this is one I'm definitely excited for.
Dude, 3 episodes.
I'm a big fan of Rogue One. I know a lot of people have some beef with that. I don't know why. I mean, just come on, dude. It's just another story in the Star Wars universe. I mean,
it is the best Disney Star Wars movie
so far.
Best.
But yeah, I mean, Rogue One was such a good movie. I mean, it told a whole different side of, other people fighting, to free the universe of the Empire and, stuff like that.
The start of the rebellion.
And stuff like that too as well. And so this is that's exactly what Andor is going to do. It's going to get more in depth of that, and the people who were fighting, to you know I guess against the Empire.
Yeah, and
I
I don't know if you saw, but on Disney Plus they released like an 11-minute special look, which which included an extended like scene. Oh, like just that scene, I was watching it, and again, it was at night. I had a couple of drinks already. I'm like watching, I'm like, and it's just like just tuned in. I'm like, man, this looks so fucking good. Like it looks amazing.
It's amazing.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. 3 episodes coming out on Wednesday, September 21st. I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm gonna sit down and watch all 3 of them. One after the other. So excited about that. I think. And the last thing we got we finally got a trailer for Mandalorian season 3.
You are Mandalorian, no more.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I mean, obviously it's The Mandalorian. Season 1 is great. Season 2 was amazing. So I'm excited just to get into more of the lore more into the lore of Mandalore.
Season 2.5, aka the Book of Boba, was good too.
Yeah. Those few episodes we got the Mandalorian. So I mean, it's the Mandalorian, so you can't go wrong with it. It's like I don't really know how much they're going to cover. I mean, I know they're going to dive into more of like the Mandalorians, plural. We're going to get the return of Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan. But it looks awesome. I mean, the trailer didn't really show much. It just showed what kind of.
So, what do you think it is? Like, why do you think some people just did not like Rogue One? I mean, I'm looking at the trailer here for Andor, and it just fucking looks fucking badass. Like, I can't wait.
I don't know, because when people think of Star Wars and I'm talking about like the general audience. I'm not talking about like nerds like us. They think of Star Wars, they think of lightsabers, think of Jedi, think of like all that. Yeah, but
even some of the hardcore Star Wars fans, are just like, this is not Star Wars.
I don't know. I wouldn't call them Star Wars fans then, because they were crazy. I think Rogue One is probably one of the best Star Wars films we ever got. I mean, I'm definitely gonna rewatch it before Andor comes out, just to wet the palate a little bit, Whoa. But yeah, so it was first announced that like we're getting like 24 episodes for Andor, and I was like 24, but what it is, it's 24 episodes total, so it's 2 seasons, 12 episodes each.
Yeah, because this one's gonna be focused a little bit more on like when he was young and getting into it. It's gonna be a lot of flashbacks as well.
Yeah,
and then I think the second season, which is gonna be straightforward, just him again. With the rebellion and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
And who knows? We might, second season we might just get when he meets K2SO, so that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm pretty excited about that. Like I said, Wednesday can't come any quicker. It's gonna be a fun week for TV. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, there actually wasn't much at D23 for Star Wars, not at all. It's kind of a disappointment. Especially because like there's this show called The Acolyte that they announced way back when. It's supposed to be like kind of focused on like the Sith and like kind of like focus on bad guys.
Yeah.
And they have not said nothing about it. They didn't say anything about it at Celebration, Star Wars Celebration. They didn't say anything about it at D23. So it's just like, well, what's going on with it? Also, same thing with the movies too. I mean, apparently Taika Waititi is supposed to be directing a movie, which again, people are like. Taika Waititi, which hold on, I want to get your thoughts on something, but like people are like Taika Waititi, like he's gonna do something he did with Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh god, we don't need that in Star Wars. Like relax, calm down. Speaking of which, you finally saw Thor: Love and Thunder. I know we're kind of jumping around, but
Well, hold on too. So just saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and then I know on the set of Thor of that movie. Natalie Portman's in the movie, and Taika asked Natalie if she'd like to be in a Star Wars movie, totally forgetting that she was already in 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think she would ever do any Star Wars movies again.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, did not like it.
Really?
Sorry.
Wow. I thought you were like gonna like it.
Very entertaining. Funny.
Breaking news, folks. Stop the papers. Oh my god.
But too rushed. Too much going on. Bad accents. Terrible wardrobes.
Do you think because Ragnarok was not written by Taika Waititi, it was written by someone else and he directed it. This one was written by Taika Waititi. Do you personally think that, not to say that like he like ruined it in any way, but do you think that because he written it kind of like made it less enjoyable for you? Because obviously, you know, he's a funny guy. He writes a certain way. Mm-hmm. You love What We Do in the Shadows. You love Reservation Dogs. You know, he has his hand dipped in those kind of things. He has a certain type of way that he does things, and it's very plain obvious in Thor: Love and Thunder. Did you like that, or was that one of the things that you're like, I don't really like that?
I don't want to say anything like that. The writing was terrible, but it just was not there for me, I guess, in this one. You also got to remember too, it's not just Taika, all Taika with the writing.
That's what I'm saying too. I mean,
Feige and some of the other people in the MCU, heads of the MCU, have their fingers dipped in that too. Yeah. So, he might have had like a different script. They said, okay, let's scrap this, let's scrap that. Mm-hmm. This is good. Scrap this, scrap that. This is good.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is too, like, because that was how a lot of the original movies were kind of like were approached, like they're going to a bigger picture. That's why it was famously back when Ant-Man was first trying to get made that Edgar Wright stepped away because he's like, nah, I don't want to like follow this this criteria, this formula they're doing. Now we're getting Marvel Phase 4 and they're letting the directors do have a little more freedom, with Chloe Zhao, with the Internals, that was very much a Chloe Zhao movie. And then this one was a very much Taika Waititi movie, so there is a little more like
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, exactly. Doctor Strange, Sam Raimi. So there's a little more creative control as far as like directors going. But yeah, I see what you're saying. That like it's definitely not just them. Like they have to go through this bigger kind of filter or system. As far as like Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. So like yeah, they do have. And I wouldn't necessarily say they do have fault, but yeah, it is on them too. So, but man, that really surprised me that you didn't like it. Which, I mean, were there any things you did like? What about Christian Bale? How'd you feel about Christian Bale?
Oh, he was my favorite. Yeah, he was definitely.
Dude, he's creepy, right?
Yeah, he was definitely my favorite of the whole movie. Like, I liked him. I would have rather seen more of Christian Bale and less of Thor. I was just a little bit more upset that we didn't get as much Jane as I thought we should have gotten. Mm-hmm. And they kind of made her real like super dorky, like, oh, what should my call saying be, and blah blah blah, and this and that, and like they just made her too anxious as well. Like,
I haven't watched it for a second time. I only watched it the first time. That's because not because I didn't like it, but I mean, like I thought it was fine.
Not a terrible movie. It was very entertaining. It was very funny, but I'm glad I didn't see it in the theaters. Or maybe I would have liked it more if I did see it in the theaters, because I think some of the stuff that was in it was like, I was like, man, I wish I would have saw this in the theater, but I didn't like the interactions with the Guardians. Like, it was just too quick.
Too quick and gone.
Too quick and gone. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. I mean, I knew they weren't going to be in the whole movie. I knew they weren't, but like, they were just like really like super just background characters.
What you think about
same thing with Russell Crowe. I hated Russell Crowe. I did not like Russell Crowe. It's like,
I gotta send you a review a review from Christian Harloff, The Big Thing, because everything you're saying, he says the exact same thing. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy like him just like, I don't like this movie. I don't like it. Like a lot of people do not like this movie. But yeah, I everything you're saying, I get it.
Because I really was kind of having some high praise for it, but I mean, even just the title itself, Love and Thunder, and I was just like, and I again, no offense to Taika's writing, but it was a little weak at the end too.
Oh, the whole daughter thing.
Yeah,
that I was all like, what? Like, he has a daughter now? I mean, okay, I guess cool. And like, and that's what it is, like Love and Thunder. And I'm just like, Okay. I mean,
sure. They killed the daughter off in the beginning, only to bring him back. Same thing with like he broke Thor's hammer, only for them to have it come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Wow. So. Interesting. Okay. It's okay.
I would watch it again, just to watch. But
yeah, I definitely want to watch it again.
Yeah, just if you haven't seen it, watch it. Just be glad you didn't watch it in theaters.
So going off that, I mean, jumping back to Star Wars. I mean, would you want to see Taika Waititi? Again, I know that's not his fault or whatever.
Well, okay, he did write a few episodes of Mandalorian, didn't he?
He directed.
I know he directed. Wasn't he also like a writer of one or two?
I don't know if he wrote it, because in the first season, I know he directed the last episode, which was really good. But I think it was actually written by like Jon Favreau and them.
Okay.
But yeah, the episode he did direct was really good. It was probably one of the best episodes, which was the last episode of season 1. Yeah. So
let's see here. But I mean, as far as his directions, I thought he did really good in whatever some of the episodes he directed in Mandalorian. Yeah, he didn't write anything for Mandalorian or anything else, just directed.
Yeah.
So for him to write, and knowing his past, I mean, I think he could do good, because I mean, again, he has written, I don't know which episodes he's written for Reservation Dogs, but I mean, I straight up just love that show. That show is so good.
It's just a nice show. Like, it's really good.
Jojo Rabbit was one of my favorite movies, and that even though he was silly as Hitler, it really showed a lot of seriousness too. I mean, for the screenplay that he wrote for it, this boy who's just confused and lost, and during this horrible time in history, and I thought that movie was amazing. So I have some faith in him, and that he may do something better in Star Wars, because Star Wars is gonna be totally different from Marvel. Marvel's always had that quirkiness in it, and try to put some comedy in it as well.
Let's just hope it's not comedy like at the beginning of The Last Jedi. He's all who's calling? Your mom. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, so I think we're gonna take a quick break real fast. When we come back, we're gonna dive into some House of the Dragon, because we've been watching that for sure.
And then curious to see what this beer drinking game you have going on.
Yes, sir. But yeah, so we'll take a quick break and we'll come right back. Dun 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 dun. We get back from break, guys, and that was Game of Thrones. I don't know if anybody knows Game of Thrones theme song, but it's also the theme song from House of Dragon that apparently people had issues with. They're like, why do they use the same theme song? Who fucking cares? It's fine. I think it's fine.
I'm actually one of those people.
What? Why?
Because they're like, yeah, we brought back the guy that did the theme song for
he just did the same
for Game of Thrones, and they made it seem like, oh, he's gonna give like House of Dragons their own like badass theme song. Mm-hmm. It's just the same fucking thing, maybe with a dun 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 dun. Dun. It went a little longer. Right, it's like, shut the fuck up.
It's like under pressure, and what's that song from fucking Vanilla Ice? Are different.
Ice, baby.
Yeah.
There's this doon 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 doon. Mine's a doon 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 doon.
Yeah, so stupid, dude. Like, oh my god. So if you guys are like us and you've been watching House of Dragon, we're 4 episodes in right now, and we're gonna talk again, all spoilers, all the time.
I still can't believe that motherfucker is in it, dude.
And to be honest, this is my favorite thing on TV right now. I am loving this. It is so good. Also right now too, I am at the same time, I'm at the tail end of my rewatch of Game of Thrones, the original I am on season 7, so the last good season before things go to shit, allegedly. But yeah, so other than that, I have been watching House of Dragon, and like I said, man, I mean, I am loving this show. It is, and it's not as action packed as you might think it would be.
Not yet.
There are there are some action sequences which are amazing, but for me, what I'm loving about it right now is the same thing I love about Game of Thrones is like the politics, like the actual quote unquote game that they're playing for the throne. That's why it's called Game of Thrones. And like I love it. Like I love like the conspiring, like the like who's gonna be the heir. I named my heir, but she's a woman, and like now I have a son, and someone wants me to marry a 12-year-old girl, but I'm not gonna do that because she's 12. It's like this show is just like
way far out there.
It is, and it's amazing. I love it. You've been watching too. How are you feeling about it 4 episodes in?
Well, excuse me. I'm definitely excited for this new episode that's going to come out tonight prior to this recording. So we'll definitely have something to be talking about here pretty soon. Gosh, she's so beautiful. Sorry. Olivia Cook.
She's playing the older Rhaenyra?
Yeah. No, not the older Rhaenyra. The older Queen.
Alicent.
Yeah, Queen.
Yeah. No. You call her queen.
Queen.
Yeah, she is the queen.
This last episode was just weird. Made me uncomfortable.
That is
very uncomfortable.
It was
like
super uncomfortable.
First you brought up the king, like that they're trying to make him marry this 12-year-old, and that when she turns 14, she can
bet him.
She can bet him, and I was just like, I was very uncomfortable with that. I was just like, ugh. Again, I know because of the time period or whatever, or this realm that they're in. This is how kind of I guess things were then. I'm not sure. I wasn't alive, so whatever.
Yeah.
But definitely the uncle and niece thing was just like, ugh.
Well, I mean, like, again, that
I was already uncomfortable with the brother sister thing
in Game of Thrones with the Lannisters.
Yeah.
But like thing is with this is that and it kind of brought to my attention that is why the Lannisters have the hair that they have. It's because in the past that's what they did, ancestral stuff, and
it's unfortunately this is something that's not uncommon. This is things that are common and still common to these days. Like isn't it kind of like the way it is with the queen? Like, isn't that why the queen, who just recently passed,
she was married to like her second cousin or something,
denounced her grandchild because he married outside of the family?
Yeah. Again, I think like either she or someone in there was, married to like her second cousin. Yeah,
something like that.
It's not too far off, but it's still kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely this episode. Yeah, watching it, I'm just like, oh my god, this is happening. Like, oh shit, it is happening. Like, oh my god, like
it's like the Arya season all over again, dude. Or the Arya episode all over again. And it's just like, no.
But yeah, it's wild. Like, it's wild. Like, I don't know.
But Matt Smith, dude, Damien Targaryen, he is definitely a fucking character, dude. He is definitely a motherfucker. He is trying to tear down that family, dude.
Wait. Do you think, so far from what we got from him, and again, this is because you watch Game of Thrones, you know how like these character arcs can go, and I'm talking about like character arcs like Jaime Lannister in the beginning. It's despicable. We hated him, banging his sister and shit. And
he was ruthless. He was like the things they do for love. And
yeah. First episode throws fucking Bran's dumbass 3-eyed eagle shit, stupid fucker.
Raven, 3-eyed.
Yeah, 3-eyed Raven. I hate that so much. Anyway, throws him out the window. Ruthless. But again, like, you grow to like him. So just kind of have that in the back of your mind when Like, do you really think that Matt Smith is gonna be like the bad guy? Because
okay, so straight up, first episode, loved Damon Targaryen. Like, oh, this guy's gonna be a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, one of my favorite characters was what's his name? That tortured
Ramsay.
Yeah,
You like Ramsay?
Ramsay is a fucking badass, dude.
You know, I was actually watching it.
Like, dude, he was just fucking ruthless, dude. Like, cause he knew that character wasn't gonna go as far as it was gonna go.
Yeah.
And so he did anything and everything that he could. The actor, God, what's his name? Remy.
I can't even pronounce his name.
But anyways, dude, he played that character so.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, he played it really good.
Really
and
good.
yeah,
and I mean, and I loved that character, dude. That character was fucking badass. I mean. And
he's smart.
Did what's his face deserve a lot of the things he did? I really do feel that
Theon?
he did.
Oh yeah, for
Theon.
sure. Yeah.
He was a cocky motherfucker, and so like he got his shit cut off, and you know, like dude, I sorry, cried the first time I saw that part when he's eating the sausage. He's like, it's just like, oh my god, I just thought that was fucking funny, dude. So. Going, you know, back to House of the Dragon and with Damien's character, he's almost just as ruthless. If you know, I don't think he's gonna be as bad as what's his name?
Ramsay.
I don't think he's gonna be as bad as Ramsay, but you know, he's definitely out there and he's definitely, you know, pushing things and you know, making things on ease for the king himself, his own brother.
So, like, yes, I agree with you that like Matt Smith is playing this character. He is, you know, if not one of the standouts of this show so far. That first episode where you know he is the head of the King's Guard, and he goes into the city and they're cutting off, you know, the men's privates if they raped, cutting off their hands if they stole, and cutting off their heads if they murdered. He clearly has a code of doing things. No, not
Iwan Rion.
Yeah, that's who played Ramsay. But you know, going back to Damon, like he has a code. Like what you know, what he's doing isn't like the way that the king would have done things. But at the same time, too, it's like he's doing it for a specific reason, which okay, yeah, I get. And you know, he you know the king, you know, King Viserys, you know, in House of Dragon, like, you know, obviously, like, he is a peacetime king. Like, he like, a lot of decisions he makes aren't the smartest decisions, but he's just kind of just trying to keep the peace with everybody. And Damon sees that that's his weakness. So that's why Damon's always kind of like trying to like, you know, not, you know, like, not like to like conspire against him or anything, you know, like, that's his brother, you know, he loves his brother. There's even that one scene where he's talking to the sea snake, the Valerian, you know, the black guy.
Yeah.
He, you know, he's talking about his brother. He goes, my brother is like a fool, this and that. And then that guy, the Valerian, starts talking bad about his brother. He goes, and he stops him. He goes, I will speak ill of my brother. You will not. Like, he puts him in his place. Like, he has this like weird twisted code, and it's not like a bad thing, but it's also like it's not like the best thing. You know, this last episode, you know, obviously we get to see him and Rhaenyra when he's trying to seduce her. You know, he has his control over her, you know, but then once he notices that she's like into it and, you know, she wants it, he can't do it no more. There's like this thing that kind of goes off like, okay, first of all, this is probably not right. But at the same time, too, like, because I think it's established, like, in the first episodes that, like, he has issues performing. He likes to be in control. And then once Rhaenyra, like, oh, shit, like, I like this, you know, and start trying to, like, you know, go along with it, he's like...
he's got no control over it.
Yeah, no control. He can't perform. That's why he, like, kissed the wall and he leaves. So it's like, damn, that's, like that's so... Yeah, it was weird. But, like, once you go back and think about it or, you know, like, just kind of, like, rewatch it again, like, oh, shit, like, damn, like, that was interesting. You know, dude, like, I don't know, like, there are so many different ways that the show can go as far as the king right now. You know, obviously he's sick. You know, he literally was cut by the Iron Throne, has an infection. His body is literally deteriorating. You know, I feel like this season is going to lead to him dying. Just like in the first season of Game of Thrones, season 1 led to Ned Stark dying. It's going to lead to King Viserys dying, whether it be through the sickness that he has or betrayal by somebody.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Daemon. It could be the Hand of the King, which, again, is the guy from Spider-Man that, you know, that I told you, like, yeah, that's the dude.
Yeah, based in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the replacement.
Yeah. Which, him too, I mean, like, he has his own little thing.
Yeah,
you know, when the queen dies, he sends his daughter, Alicent, you know, go see the king. Oh, and wear your mother's dress. He knew what the hell he was doing.
Go comfort the king.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
And
he was trying to, you know, when they had their son, he was trying to push to have him as the heir. Like, maybe we should reconsider.
Yeah, like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and which is why, you know, Rhaenyra is like, do you not see what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's pushing to have your son as the heir and pushing me out.
So I don't know if you remember. Obviously,
fired his ass.
Obviously, one of the things in Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones, that I hated. Not that I hate it, but I just hate watching it. Was the scene where Stannis burns his daughter. Remember? Yeah, terrible. Prior to that, right before that happens, he visits her in her tent, and she's reading. And he's like, you know, he sits next to her. He goes, "What are you reading?" She goes, "Oh, it's the Song of Ice and Fire or something." And she goes, "Oh, it's a story. It's a story of." She goes, "It's a story of Rhaenyra Targaryen and Aegon Targaryen when they were split. Oh, it's a story between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half brother Aegon, and they're split, and they're trying to both get, you know, be heir to the crown." Mm-hmm. Pretty much talking about House of Dragon. So pretty much saying that, like, eventually there's gonna be a split. You know, you got Rhaenyra on one side, and then you got Aegon, the baby, on the other side. So who thinks gonna be on his side? It's gonna be Alicent, obviously his mother, the Hand of the King, you know, Otto Hightower, and whoever they're gonna be on one side.
Yeah.
And then you got Rhaenyra on the other side. I'm more than sure Daemon's gonna be on her side. So it's like we're getting to there, and I think watching these first 4 episodes, it's like stacking the pieces, and we're almost getting there. And then I think this next episode that we're getting. I don't really watch the after credits, like the.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, I don't watch those either. But apparently, this next one, the one we're getting tonight, is gonna be like a wedding, and stuff's gonna happen. I mean, we all know what happens at weddings at Game of Thrones. You know, people get poisoned, people get killed, so something's gonna happen. But yeah, man. I mean, it took me until Game of Thrones finishing to actually catch up to watching the show, and I'm glad I did because I'm 100% in on all this. Like, I love it, and I'm just like super stoked about everything that's going on, everything that we could possibly be getting. How do you feel about the time jumps before we finish up this conversation? How these little time jumps we get? 'Cause obviously, each episode is like 6 months.
I want to touch
3 years.
I'll touch on the time jumps a little bit, and then there's something else I want to touch on from the original Game of Thrones. The time jumps I'm pretty comfortable with because we don't have to like play on just waiting to see what's gonna happen and waiting to, you know, have these characters grow and stuff like that. The time jumps I'm good with. I'm cool with, you know. I know there's gonna be even some bigger time jumps because like I think one of the first ones we got was like half a year and 6 months after the queen died. Then there was another one. It was like 2 years later.
Yeah. And then a year later.
And then a year later. And then I think we're going to get even a bigger time jump.
Yeah, right now. Oh, yeah. Well, I think after this episode we're getting this week, we're getting the bigger time jump to where we actually switch actresses, you know?
Yeah.
So, and for those who don't know, like the 2 actresses that are playing Rhaenyra Targaryen and Alicent Hightower, you know, they're played by 2 actresses, but after you know some episodes they're gonna time jump to where it's like older actresses playing those characters, so that'd be interesting to see how that's gonna go.
Fantasy update. Kyler Murray, let's see what he did. He's my quarterback on my roster.
What he didn't do.
Or what he didn't do. He's in the red zone right now.
Yeah. Here, go for the space. I'm gonna run the restroom fast. Give me fantasy update.
Well, he gave me 3 points. He was at 0.12, and now he's at 3.64. So, looks like he's doing pretty good there. But, yeah, going back into House of Dragons, I mean, dude, if you have not seen the show and you're just kind of like weary about it because you're just a big fan of Game of Thrones in general, definitely give this show a chance. I was in the same boat too. I was just like, I don't know, because I was already invested in Game of Thrones. I was not happy with the way it ended. By all means, I was not happy with the way it ended. Which is why I said I want to touch on a little bit of something that went on in the original Game of Thrones. But like one thing that went on that I was just not happy was the Lannisters. The Lannisters. Fucked up that family. Hated that family.
Even Tyrion?
Except for Tyrion. I mean, at times he kind of had his moments. So I was like, ugh, no. But anyways, each and one of their deaths I loved, except for the last two. Obviously, Joffrey, loved the way he went out. Fucking choking on his own words.
I thought he got too easy. Too easy.
No, I thought that was good. Touchdown, Kyler Murray. So, anyways, I thought that was great. Like, he suffered. He was like, and not only that, in front of everybody too, in front of people. I was like, hell yeah. The younger brother, the one that became king after that, Tommen. His was sad. I thought it was sad, but I still liked the way he went. Like,
I didn't want him to go though.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude, you get rid of a hot queen like that, and you're like, fuck.
That wasn't his fault. That was his mom's fault.
I know, but that's why he wanted to punish his mom.
Damn.
So it just wasn't because of his queen dying. He was punishing his mom because he knew that his mom did that.
Yeah.
So that was poetic. That was good. I like that. The dad. Tyron.
Shot on the toilet.
Shot on the fucking toilet by his own fucking son.
Awesome.
Yes. Great. Loved it.
Poetic justice. What about Marcella? She got poisoned by the...
I felt bad for her because she was caught in the middle of everything.
And that too, she had that beautiful scene with her and Jamie. She goes, I knew. I'm happy you're my father. And I'm like, and then she fucking dies.
And she embraces it. But I also loved it because she died in front of, confessing that she knew that Jamie was her dad, and watching Jamie having to see her die like that. I thought that was good because fuck Jamie. Then the ones that got it too easy was Jamie and Cersei.
It was foreshadowed.
Yes.
Because I think one of them said, they're like, how do you want to die? He goes like, in the arms of the one that I love.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. I do admit,
I thought that was way too easy. I definitely had some good deaths for both of them that I would have loved to have seen. I would have loved to have seen Jamie, in battle fighting and just getting stabbed by someone and just like looking down and just like.
Kind of like in a sense that he finally lost.
Yeah, and then also like all these guys around him, and they just all stab him.
Oh shit! Damn.
That would have fucking been fucking justice for me for Jamie. Cersei.
She deserves the worst.
Yeah, she deserved the worst. I think she should have. How would I say this? It's kind of brutal. Almost like stoned to death by the people. Because the people hate her. They knew what she was. They knew she was a monster. They knew she was terrible news. And I thought it was, fucking badass what happened to her when she had to go walk through the
atonement.
And
shame.
For her, I think she should have gotten like the most brutal death that you can ever think of on that show. And I think that would have been better instead of them just going easy and they're just laying together. Like, fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
Oh, doesn't
lazy writing. Fuck that shit.
Doesn't Tyrion find them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he cries. I'm like, fuck that, dude. They hated you. I mean, Jamie backed you up, here and there, but he wasn't always on your side. You know, when he had to choose between Cersei and the father and his brother, he would always go with Cersei and the father. Mm-hmm. Even though he tried, talking to them and reasoning with them about, him, but he was always on their side. So no, fuck him, dude.
Like I know in the last season, and we'll wrap this up right now. Like I know the last season, one of the things that people like kind of like didn't like, was that like the fact that Daenerys Targaryen, released her dragons on the city and burnt the city, all this stuff. And the first time watching, I'm like, why? That maybe, second time watching it, fuck King's Landing. Like all those people in that city were gross and disgusting, and like sheep, it sounds bad. Again, it's just a damn show. Like, what we're talking about, like, but I feel like it was deserving. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But again, I am on season 7 right now. I think I'm halfway through season 7, so I'm almost done with season 7. Then I'm gonna go on to the one that everybody hates. So, the first time watching it, I'm not sure, and I didn't really like mind it too much. Second time watching it, we'll see how I feel differently. But I can tell you right now, the one of the storylines in this show that I think is the most stupid and I hate it is the whole Bran storyline. The whole three-eyed raven, dumb shit, stupid.
Yeah, because that went nowhere.
It didn't go nowhere because like they literally crossed over the wall. Like he dragged these people with him. Hodor, the brother and the sister, and the brother died. Hodor died, and then the sister had to like drag Bran all the way back just for him to come back and be like, "Oh, I'm Bran. I don't feel nothing. Oh, I'm the three-eyed raven. Oh, I see everything. I'm the king, but I don't really see myself as the king." Like, shut up. Like, you're stupid. like you fucking non-walking ass.
Who was the most annoying family to you in the Game of Thrones?
Ooh. Only because right now it's fresh in my mind.
I can tell you right now that my favorite family was...
Favorite? Who?
The Tyrells.
The Tyrells, okay. That's because you like the queen. You think she's hot.
No. The old lady? Oh, yeah, she's fucking hot. No, dude, because that old lady fucking, like she said, she did anything and everything that she could for her family, and she would not... She would do it again.
Is that because you just watched that scene last night when she died? She's like...
Straight, it took it like a champ, man.
Yeah, she just chugged it, yeah. And then she tells Jamie, like, tell Cersei it was me. I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
and when he realized, too, like...
His eyes, dude. Oh, the acting is so good.
He's just like... Because I think if she would have told him before, he would have, like, chopped her head off.
Yeah.
Instead, like, she was going to... Like, I made sure that you wouldn't feel no pain. And so that's why she's like straight up chugged it.
I don't know, dude. As far as like favorite family, because each of them have like something despicable going on. I don't know. Like, I don't want to like dig. You don't say the Starks because like they're like the main ones, but like it might be the Starks.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
They were like my least favorite.
Like
the only one that was fucking badass was Arya.
I mean, Jon was cool. Oh well, he's not a Stark though.
He was a little bitch too.
He's not a Stark.
Oh, no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm putting a nice watch. I can't touch you, lady.
Dude, come on, that one scene in the Battle of the Bastards where like he falls off his horse and he just like all the horses are coming, he just fucking pulls out his fucking sword and he's just waiting. Oh, it's so good. But I think right now, one of the annoying ones are the Tarleys. Samwell's dad.
Oh yeah.
I hate him so much.
Oh, what was the family too? The one that the Red Wedding.
Oh, fucking
I was glad I liked the way he went out too.
Yeah. They're not the Greyjoys. Greyjoys is Theon. What are they? I forgot their name.
Oh, the Greyjoys are just as bad too.
Oh, the Greyjoys suck. But yeah,
I mean, and I hate it too. Like the sister was all this badass.
Frey,
and
House Frey.
Yeah, Frey.
Walter Frey.
Like the sister was all this badass, and then all of a sudden she just like.
Yeah. Right now I'm at the scene where the uncle captured her and Theon jumped off the ship and abandoned her. So I'm at right now. But yeah, man. I mean, we're talking about Game of Thrones. The House of Dragon. I'm excited. Episode 5 is on tonight. We'll see how it goes. If you guys aren't watching, I always tell people like, oh, Game of Thrones. So like,
That's what I said too. I was like, you know what? I give it a try. I was a little skeptical on it at first too, but I mean, it's turned out to be really good. I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorites. One of my favorite things on TV right now. Just real quick, finished the very last season of Barry. That was good.
I haven't seen the last season of Barry.
It was really good.
But you know what I am watching too before we move on to this game, The Patient with Steve Carell and Donald Gleason. Pretty good. I got pretty good.
If you have Apple TV Plus, another one you should watch is 5 Days in Memorial.
Fucking Russell Wilson with the interception. Get out of here.
I thought you were talking. 5 Days in Memorial, dude. It's so good.
All right, finish that up. Before I introduce the game, I'm going to introduce the beer. This is probably one of my favorite beers.
Are you gonna punch me because of the fantasy draft?
This is from Belching Beaver Brewery. They're in Oceanside, California. This beer is Phantom Bride, the Deftones, baby. It's an IPA coming in at 7.1. This brewery has had their collab with Deftones for a while. They've had this one. They've had a Pilsner that was really good. And some other ones too. I mean, they're actually really good. What is this one? This one's IPA, the Phantom Bride.
Don't they have another IPA?
Yeah, they've had 2 IPAs. They've had one hazy, which is this one, but the hazy version of it. The hazy one's pretty good. This one is just like kind of one you find, you know, like I said, I got 2 24 ounces, or now I think this is it 20? Oh, it's what? 3.2. Did that say 3.2? 3.32. I don't know, whatever. It's a pint. That's what it is. It's a pint.
It's 7.1.
Let's say that at. Oh no, I'm talking about like the
3.2 fluid ounces. That's a pint.
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought a pint was like 24 or something.
Pint is 16 ounces.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a tall beer. All right, it's just whatever.
Californians are weird.
Californians. Go back to where you came from. Get out of our city. But yeah, man. So this is probably one of my favorite ones. Favorite Deftones beer. Pour it in my glass, and I introduce this game that we're gonna play. So at the time of this recording, today that we're recording, the date is September 18th, 2022. Yesterday was September 17th, aka Batman Day. Batman Day. Yesterday was Batman Day. So in honor of Batman Day, we're gonna play some Batman trivia.
Oh shit!
First to 10.
Totally forgot about that.
This is a gift I got for my birthday. Batman trivia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle the cards. I'm gonna split in between half. I get half. You get half. We're not gonna answer every single question. The first one up to 10. Okay, and
10.
Yeah.
5.
Because I'll show you this first card. This is how the card it is. So there's Apprentice, 1 point, or Dark Knight status, you get 2 points.
Oh, okay.
One's easy, one's hard. So whoever's asking the question, whoever's answering. So if I had the question, you can say, I want the Dark Knight, I want the Apprentice. And I'll give you the question. If you get it right, you get 2 points, or 1 point. If you get it wrong, you get to drink your beer.
Let's see how hard the questions are.
All right, yeah.
Okay, so the Apprentice would be Robin once belonged to what group of superhero sidekicks? Okay.
Okay, wait.
And then no, hold on. And then if you choose the Dark Knight for 2 points, true or false? Bruce Wayne owns a penthouse apartment atop Gotham Police headquarters.
False. And then the other one was Teen Titans.
No, Young Justice.
Oh, what the fuck? See? Okay, yeah.
Because it says Teen Titans, or you can also accept Young Justice.
Okay. So that's how it's gonna go. First one, as I said, the first one to 10, because going to
point scale.
Yeah, going to 5 would be a little easy. So I'm just gonna break this in half. I think that's half. about half. So you get half. I get half. You could select from the bottom. You can select how you want.
All right, should we Rochambeau for it?
Yeah.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, all right. So you asked the question first, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this is the Batman quiz, and on our Batman Day, I mean, I hope I let you down, boys.
All right, what do you want? Apprentice or Dark Knight?
Let me go with Apprentice, just to be safe for now.
Okay. What was the sequel, The Dark Knight Returns, entitled? What was the sequel to The Dark Knight Returns entitled?
What was the sequel, The Dark Knight Returns, entitled? What is it?
Entitled. Entitled.
The sequel, The Dark Knight Returns, entitled. Is talking about the movie or the comics? I don't know. Dark Knight Returns? What?
The Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Oh, it's talking about the fucking comic. The graphic novel, right?
Yes. All right, so, okay. What happens? Who wins?
Loser has to chug their beer.
Oh.
All right.
All the way up to the brim, baby.
Remember, if you get a question wrong, you just got to drink your beer. Loser, at the end of the game, has to chug their beer. All right. What do you want?
Give me the Dark Knight, baby.
All right. What colors were Kathy Kane's Batwoman costume? What colors were Kathy Kane's Batwoman costume? Sorry. Let me read it again. I'm so sorry.
Kathy Kane from the original Batman.
What colors were Kathy Kane's Batwoman costume? What colors were her costume?
Black.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
Drink. Red and yellow.
What? Kathy Kane.
I don't know who Kathy Kane is.
Kathy Kane's. Oh, Batwoman. I was thinking Catwoman. God damn it. I thought I heard you say Catwoman.
Did I say Catwoman? Roll the tape.
I got it wrong anyways. What was it? Red and what?
Red and yellow.
Kathy Kane. Batwoman. Duh. God damn it. I was thinking Catwoman. God damn it.
All right.
If we're gonna do a game like this again, we really need to find something else, like something that we don't like a seltzer or something.
All right. Why? Because this is pretty good.
Yeah. I'll lose.
All right. Okay. All right. Give me Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight status, baby.
What legendary hero is the inspiration for Robin's superhero codename? What?
Oh, Robin Hood.
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I give you, so you can keep it. You got one.
Right.
Well, how are we going to keep points?
2 points.
All right, you got 2 points.
Okay.
Just remember you got 2 points.
I'm going to do it on my calculator. I got 2 points. Okay. All right.
Give me Dark Knight, baby.
Dark Knight. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Who was sentenced to life in prison for his father's crimes? If you want a hint, I'll give you a hint.
Who was sentenced to life in prison for his father's crimes?
Mm-hmm. It is a villain of Batman, so I'll give you that.
Okay. For his father's crimes. God damn it.
Who was sentenced to life in prison for his father's crimes? And this is a Batman villain. Now, I'll give you. I wish
we had. I wish we could be able to play the Jeopardy music. Fuck. some of his villains? I mean, I know a lot of his villains, but who is it? I don't know who is it.
You want to take a guess at all? Okay, I'll give you another hint. It's probably one of his famous villains.
God damn it! It's still not.
Who was sentenced to life in prison for his father's crimes?
Batman? I mean, fucking Joker.
Damn, you could have gotten the first one. It was Bane.
I was thinking Bane too, dude. But I was like, no, Bane is son of a bitch.
All right, drink.
0 for me.
All right, give me the Apprentice. I want Apprentice. Give me Apprentice.
Oh, this one's too easy.
All right, fine. Give me Dark Knight.
Who helped advise Batman when he hunted the Holiday Killer?
Who helped advise Batman when he was...
I know this one. I mean, even without looking at the answer, I knew this one.
Who helped advise Batman?
And I keep telling you, dude, you need to watch the movies.
Long Halloween?
Huh?
Long Halloween?
It's in that one.
Who helped advise Batman catching what?
The Holiday Killer.
The Riddler.
The Calendar Man.
What the fuck? Calendar Man? Fucking
Yeah.
Batman and his villains, dude. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get serious now.
Let's get Apprentice. I'll do Apprentice. This is gonna be Apprentice.
All right. True or false? This is a true or false question. Apprentice, 1 point. Bruce Wayne's first and last bodyguard was Sasha Bordeaux.
True.
Yep, you got it right. You got 1 point. 1 point.
1 point.
1 point. Okay. All right. Go for it.
What do you want?
Apprentice.
What we should do is, before we pick up the card, have you pick which one you want. So I don't, because I know I said, oh, that's too easy, and then you changed it.
Okay.
You said Apprentice. Oh God, I hate you. What is Catwoman's real name?
Selena Kyle. Yeah. 3 points, baby. Oh. All right, which one do you want? Top or bottom?
Oh, give me the bottom. Give me that Dark Knight.
Okay. All right. Okay, all right. What brainwashed martial artist killed Batwoman?
What brainwash martial artist
Killed Batwoman? I don't even know this.
Ra's al Ghul?
The Bronze Tiger.
I know who the Bronze Tiger is. I just, I think got that one wrong.
Drink. Maybe we should go up to 5.
We're pretty much halfway there.
All right. Okay, my turn. Bottom one.
What was the occupation of Bruce Wayne's on again, off again girlfriend, Vicky Vale?
She was a reporter.
Yeah.
Woo!
You won right there. That's 5 points.
You want to go to 10? Okay.
Cut that off. I can't hear it.
All right. What do you want?
Dark Knight.
Which Bat villain burns his victims to death with a hot white touch?
Which back victim turns his hot white touch?
Yeah.
Hot white touch. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Dr. Phosphorus?
Who the fuck is Dr. Phosphorus?
You got a drink? Drink.
Who you want?
Get me Dark Knight.
What popular Gotham City night spot is a front for the Penguins' illegal activities?
The Polar Ice?
The Iceberg Lounge.
Damn it. Okay. All right.
Let me apprentice.
What psychiatric facility treats many of Batman's insane foes?
Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
What do you want?
Apprentice.
What side of Two-Face's face was scarred by acid? Don't look back. Don't look back.
No, I'm not looking back. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of. Let's see. The right side?
The left side.
God damn it. Okay. All right. What do you want?
Dark Knight.
Within Wayne Manor, what piece of furniture conceals the entrance to the Batcave?
The clock. The grandfather clock.
That's exactly right. Yep, you got it.
So that's 4 points, baby.
All right. Let's go. Okay, I'm ready. Dark Knight. Ugh.
Which of Batman's ex-girlfriends changed her name and appearance and now works for Checkmate?
What?
Yeah, I don't even know this one.
Vicky Vale. I don't know.
No. Wait, what undercover alias does Batman use to get information from Gotham's underground? Do you know that one? What undercover alias does Batman use
Oracle?
to get... No, see, even I got
God
one
damn it.
wrong. Sasha Bordeaux?
That's one other Bordeaux. Yeah. God damn. See, this is fucking hard. All right.
Dark Knight.
Batman and Robin resemble which Kryptonian legends?
What?
Batman and Robin. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Batman and Robin resemble which Kryptonian legends? Yeah. Nightwing and Flamebird.
Okay.
Drink. Okay, Apprentice. Give me Apprentice.
Bruce Wayne's childhood friend, Tommy Elliott, became what Batman villain? Bruce Wayne's childhood friend, you even spelled the hood wrong. Tommy Elliott became what Batman villain?
Condiment King. I don't know.
Hush.
Ah. Did you know that?
Yes and no. Because they do have a animated movie called Hush, but it wasn't Tommy Elliott. It ended up being somebody else.
Okay, what do you want? What do you want in this one?
Dark Knight.
Ah, you fucker. Which Bat villain commands an army of trained rodents?
The Rat King.
Oh, you almost had it.
The Rat Queen?
I'm gonna give you one more guess. One more guess.
Wait.
Think Suicide Squad.
Taika
Waititi.
Yeah. Isn't it the Rat King?
Rat Catcher.
Rat Catcher. God damn it.
You gotta drink. You gotta drink.
Son of a bitch.
I was pretty sure you're gonna get that one. All right. My turn.
Pick. What do you want?
Okay, Apprentice. You get some points on the board.
I fucking hate you. What former Suicide Squad member is known as one of the best marksmen in the world?
Deadshot.
Motherfucker. 6 points. Yeah, 6 points.
All right. What do you want?
Give me fucking Dark Knight.
What was Catwoman's personal aircraft called? I'll give you a hint. It's stupid and simple.
The pussy line.
No. It's the cat plane. Oh my god.
We're not gonna get flagged for that, are we?
No. Oh, you drink. What? Oh.
What do you want?
Dark Knight.
What is Blue Heaven's penitentiary name?
Blue Heaven's penitentiary name. Blue Heaven's penitentiary name. I don't know. Killer Croc.
Lock Heaven.
Okay. You know what? Okay. To make this go by faster, we each answered the Dark Knight question. Next one wins, gets it right. The next one.
Well, if I get the next one, I tie with you.
Okay. All right. What do you want?
Dark Knight. Hurry up.
All right. What is Bruce Wayne's charitable organization called? Think about it before you answer.
I'm trying to think.
What is Bruce Wayne's charitable organization called?
God damn it.
Think the Dark Knight Rises. Joacinco
Yeah.
Levitz. So-and-so decided to cut off funding to the
Wayne Foundation.
You got it.
6 points. Okay. Next one should win.
Okay. Dark Knight. Oh, damn, we gotta check this whole damn thing.
Oops. Dark Knight, you said?
Yes.
Which Batman eats his villains?
Which Batman villain eats his villains?
Yeah.
Killer Croc.
Char-X's.
Ah! What? Damn it.
Give me Dark Knight.
I think you actually got this earlier. Who was Bruce Wayne's best friend as a child?
Tommy Elliott.
God damn it. All right, folks, that was it. That was our Batman quiz. Steven got it right off a technicality because you got that question earlier.
Oh, I would have gotten the first one too. Fill that shit?
No, it's already filled. Oh my god.
It's not even filled.
The whole thing?
Yes.
I chug whatever is left. That's what I meant.
No. You gotta take mine too.
No. All right, guys. That was episode 73 of Geeking. You do the outro. I'm gonna chug this beer.
That's okay, guys. That's episode 73 of Geeking and Drinking. He's gonna attempt to chug that beer. You see, he does it. He's gonna do it. That's Eddie. I'm Steven. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
He can't do